Okay, so we have had Tim Matheson on the show.
Yes.
We have had Aramis Knight on the show.
Jam-packed.
I know. But I have been waiting years, Jonna.
Years
to get our next guest on the show. I am so excited as we are a week away from San Diego Comic-Con. So, all this big news is going to be coming out. All the nerds are at San Diego Comic-Con. All the cool people are at San Diego Comic-Con. And my dear friend, Ralph Tedesco, who is the vice president of film
Look at that
TV
picture.
for Zenescope Entertainment, is finally on my show.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Hello.
gosh.
It only took you.
Hello.
It has, and that look at producer
It is
Patches
With the tie on.
right.
He said, "I'm professional."
It's a very special occasion. I had to put on my best.
We are in the presence of greatness. For those of you who don't know Ralph, or maybe are being introduced to Zenescope Entertainment, you probably are familiar with some of their entertainment. They were founded in 2005. Zenescope has successfully melded familiar characters with modern, edgy twists and provocative artwork, as you can see behind Ralph, creating modern fables that are some of the best-selling and longest-running comic books on shelves today. Woo! That calls for the happy dinner.
Thank you.
So proud.
Thank you.
And you're like, it's you and Joe, right? Like,
Well,
you got a bunch of people, but you and Joe, this was your.
it's us. We started it in 2005, and now it's 2017. 2021. 17.
It's 2022.
Listen, I've only been drinking.
Fact check this real quick.
It's not. I wish it was 2007. I meant to say we're 17 years. 17 years in. We're 17 years old.
Oh my goodness.
2022. And we've been going at it for quite a while, and clearly I'm drunk. That's how we met. When I was
Here's to you, mate.
I promise this is only coffee. I swear to God.
We're going to talk about what Zenescope has going on at San Diego Comic-Con. But this is the KJ Today show is a family. And some of the people that are watching this, Ralph, were on the bus with us that we took from Indianapolis to Louisville to that wizard world where we met you. And we were like, this is too much fun. You guys all go home on the bus. We'll figure out how to get home the next day.
Yeah, it was fun as well.
And I don't know if you know this, Ralph, but the next day we couldn't get home because Louisville was playing in the tournament. Indianapolis is always hosting the NCAA tournament. Louisville was playing. So every single rental car, every bus, everything, we could not leave. We had so much fun with you in the morning. And then we woke up in the morning and I was like, look, we don't ever.
Yeah, you're like, why did we drink with Ralph today?
Right?
I tried to warn everybody how to do that. Yeah, it was Louisville. It feels like a different lifetime. But we were at the Walking Dead party, weren't we?
Yeah. It was Scott Wilson's birthday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember
yes.
being around all the Walking Dead guys and gals, and that was really cool too.
I remember who was it? Manu from Arrow. When we walked into the party, had a tray of shots for us.
That's right.
He's like, "Hey, welcome to the party. Want a drink?" But that was after you and I stepped out of the original bar that we were in, and then KJ ditched us. And we remember we had to go through this labyrinth of hallways and bars to go to the next party. And we're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen.
We were doing a Key and Peele sketch the whole night too.
Oh yes. We are looking in every nook and cranny in the bar. It was awesome.
Let me set the scene, okay? Because this was like one of those bizarro moments where it's like, how am I in this space? I don't know. Patches and Ralph go off to do something, and I'm like, whatever. You guys have fun. Go do shots or whatever you're doing. And one of the like owners, one of the big shots of Wizard World is like, you got to come with me. You're not going to believe this. And I'm like, okay. And we're going through like the back way. We're going through like dark alleys. I have no idea where we're going. And I just left with a stranger.
He's trying to kidnap you.
And we get into this like swanky little bar, and he's like, it's Scott Wilson's birthday. And I didn't watch The Walking Dead at the time. So I'm like, who's that? And he's like, Herschel. I'm like, okay, I kind of like, I know enough about The Walking Dead. Okay, cool.
I would have been like, who's that?
So all of a sudden, like this room fills up, and I'm like, I should not be in here. And Michael Rooker comes in with Scott Wilson, and there's a big weird cake that I didn't understand. It was like, I don't know, it may have been something Walking Dead, but it looked very scary, and I wasn't going to eat it. And somebody elbows me and says, don't you think we should sing Happy Birthday? And I look up, and it's Matt Smith. And I'm like, my favorite doctor is like, we should sing it. And I'm like, yeah, so.
Whatever. It went to you to start singing Happy Birthday.
Right. And anyone that knows KJ knows that she should not be the one to start singing any song.
Sing. I'm like, this is going to get me kicked right out of here.
Did you hear her Matt Smith accent, though?
Don't you think we should sing Happy Birthday?
It sounds a little Australian. Isn't he English?
I can't do accent.
It was rubbish one way or the other. Let's just say that.
Meanwhile, these clowns are like off wandering around, and they're, where are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll look out the window, and if I see you, I'll wave.
I think we found you eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
It was the Maker's Mark bar.
Yes.
Yes. So in this bar, all of those people, it's Matt Smith, Jason Momoa's in there. I mean, it's just like jam-packed with celebrities. And these guys come in and start doing Key and Peele skits.
Way too embarrassed, okay? Way too embarrassed.
Yes.
It was one sketch in particular.
Unfortunately, it's a family-friendly show, so I can't really say.
It was fun. And I've seen those guys. I've done so many Comic-Cons. We've been going to Comic-Con since 2005, all the way up to 2017. And beyond.
Sure, what happened after that?
That was my first. I think that was the first time I saw the Walking Dead people like cast, and then after that we saw them so many times. We would like always like end up drinking with Walking Dead cast members throughout the years. They were always the coolest people to hang with.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah,
and they didn't even care that you were the weird guy crawling around on the floor and sticking your head up the fireplace.
Me?
Yes. What? Do you don't remember doing that?
No, I don't remember that.
Look, Ralph said.
Actually, to Ralph's defense, that was actually me.
Oh, was it?
That was actually me.
That I stuck my head up a fireplace. I was going to say.
Yeah, I actually did that.
That sounds more like Patches.
I can't go out drinking. Yeah.
Listen, I was sitting over by Matt.
This was also like 10 years ago, to be fair.
Yeah. Correct. We have grown as adults.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Since then.
I won't be doing any drinking at Comic-Con next week. Don't worry.
You won't? None? Zero?
No, that's a lie. I will. Not as much as that night. I've never gone as hard as that night.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard night.
That's a rare occasion.
Do you know that was the first con we ever went to? It set the bar so high. It was like everything after that was a disappointment.
It really was.
That was like
and
one
thanks
of
to
those
PopCon for sponsoring.
It was a rare like one because you go to those random cities where you're like, why am I going to Louisville?
Right.
And that happens sometimes. Like we do that. We did that with there's a show in Michigan, in the suburbs of Michigan. That's like that. Like you just go and it's like that crazy. You're at a place that like all the celebrities are at, just right, and you're like, "How did this happen?" And then you find yourself drinking with random celebrities and meeting cool people. So it's always like the conventions you don't expect to be
right. And I will say, as a memory of mine, one of my favorite shows was in Chicago, where the Zenescope 10th anniversary party was when we were right outside the Stevenson Convention Center, and that was an awesome fun time, I believe. Or no, I take that back. That was
I believe it wasn't.
No, that was in Philadelphia. That was in Philly. I take that back.
I saw you. I did see you guys in Chicago. I did.
Yes.
In Chicago briefly for Wizard World. Now it's Fan Expo, but Wizard World, Philly, and then Philly was our 10th anniversary. You guys came to our party,
which you guys you're originally from Philadelphia as well.
Well, yeah, my office is in Philly still. I'm now in Austin, believe it or not. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I'm in Austin, but our main office is Philly.
Well, let's talk about Zenescope and how much it's grown from 2005 to 2017. Because I mean, you guys, you've got such an amazing library with your graphic novels, but you've got collectibles and games, and you have TV shows. And for those of you who are watching the Van Helsing, which we watched for 5 seasons on Sci-Fi, you'll see every time, I watch an episode and Ralph's name comes up as a producer, I'm like, I know that guy.
Oh my god.
I know a celebrity.
They didn't put me in it.
Yeah, man.
Nah, you'd steal the scene.
Totally. I know. That was my fear of putting
You're too hot for TV, mate. You just are.
Thanks, Patches.
I saw on your IMDb page that you're also listed as an actor, so I think that they.
I've done some acting. I don't do it as much anymore, but yeah, we've been doing this for a long time, and we have a lot of different titles, a lot of different books we put out. We come out with a lot of collectible covers. That's a big part of our business. Is our you see the sexy. Well, this isn't as sexy as some of the other covers we do, but we do sexy variant covers that go for that just go crazy when they're limited edition, and we'll do live streams and we'll do conventions and sell the covers at the conventions and on the live streams we do, and they just go for a lot of money sometimes. I mean, we might not sell them for that much, and then they'll go on the secondary market for triple, quadruple what people buy them for sometimes. So
and I will say, dude, and I will say, the artistry that you guys have for your covers, and just without the story, within the story and throughout the story, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really and truly is. It's well done. And I mean, seeing, now with you guys going into San Diego, I know you guys do limited releases for, for something like San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. Yeah. Every convention we have a convention exclusive. Every company does this now, right? So you go to Comic-Con San Diego, every booth seems to have some sort of an exclusive thing. Not everyone, but most do. And we do that. We've been doing that since we started, really. And anybody who goes to Comic-Con knows if you can get a Comic-Con exclusive, that'll increase in value. So people will go grab their exclusives, whether it's us, whether it's Funko Pop, whatever booth you're going to grab that exclusive. Then you're going to see it on eBay that day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, especially with the big convention like San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, all I know is booth 2301 is the place to be.
That's all you need to know. Look at these. Yeah. We're giving away stuff all weekend. Look at that. You guys should come down. Why don't you do a bus trip?
I think with gas prices the way it is, a bus is definitely the way we should go.
It's funny. I had an extra room paid for, and I was trying to give it away to somebody for that.
What?
Yeah.
And you didn't text me?
Excuse me. I will show up to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes, I did, John. I texted you. I don't know why you didn't respond. Yeah, I had it. It was just my friend's well, I have to leave on Thursday, but the room's already paid for. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm all right. He's like, yeah, just tell us whoever needs to stay there. And then thankfully, we needed more room for our staff, so I was like, sweet, put some staff in there. But it seems I was this hotel room's closer to the convention than mine is.
Oh wow! We need to move.
They keep moving us further from the convention center.
Are you going to be that guy to put the staff in your room and then take that room?
I would. I should. But no, I can saunter over whenever. They have to be up there by like 8:30 in the morning. I'll let them have those.
Well, and that's the other thing people don't understand. Like working a convention is really hard work. I mean, like you're on your. I mean, like you are busting your hump and like on your feet all day and dealing with literally thousands of people. I mean, Ralph, you've been there, you know that. I mean, and just seeing, I mean, like, but that's a great groundwork for, like the fandom and everything that you've created.
Yeah, thanks. It's funny. We tell our staff, do as we say, not as we do, because if you do as we do, you end up on the floor looking up a chimney. We try to tell our staff not to do that. We actually do say, like, listen, like, you can't go to San Diego because it starts Wednesday for those who don't know. So Wednesday to Sunday. So on Wednesday we're like, do not go. You're not drinking. Go to your room. Like, go to your room. Like, I've done so many shows. When we first started, it was just Joe and I with a couple booth models. And we'd have the booth girls dress up like in these costumes, right? Which we'll have at San Diego. But it was like Joe and I with a couple booth models, and we'd be out every night. Like, again, this was when I was in my 20s, and like you could rebound a little bit quicker. But like we realized quickly, like we can't drink Friday night, and Thursday night we get there, set up, drink Thursday, drink Friday, drink Saturday, and then by Sunday you're just a zombie. And it was just like we can't have this.
Yeah.
Ralph, I am in my 20s and I do not bounce back.
John is still bouncing back from Sunday when we went to see the Backstreet Boys, and neither one of us drank. We were sober and we're still hungover.
That's funny. Yeah, I can't. I'm there now. I used to have something going in my 20s. It must be genetics. My Italian heritage served me well, maybe.
Yeah, my Irish one did until I hit my 40s, and then I was just like, well, hell.
So, thank God I have staff now. Before it was just like when it was two of us, it was a nightmare.
Right.
What is that like? I mean, obviously it's nice to have staff and lots of projects going on and things like that, but it does have to be a little weird, I'm sure. Like with Van Helsing and the TV show, you were attached to it, but sometimes I'm sure there were decisions that were not yours, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was I could go into a whole thing. I mean, literally when we sold that project in the room to Sci-Fi, the guy there, he's not even at the network anymore. He was like, yeah, we're going to buy it in the room. And I was like, oh my God, this has never happened. This never happens. And then he's like, yeah, but we're going to change everything. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And all right, yeah, that sounds like a plan. And then he's like, all right, cool. I'll email you guys some notes, and then you guys can write up like a treatment for us. And I was like, okay. And then we like just kind of wrote this treatment. And they took that and gave it to the showrunner, Neil LaBute. If you guys know who Neil LaBute is, that he's a famous playwright and he's directed a lot of movies and TV. And he took that and he did his own thing with it. And then like we were kind of like on the sidelines for most of those decisions after that. So we learned quickly how like that went. And that's what prompted me to actually move from Philly to Los Angeles at the time, because I needed to learn that side of the business. Otherwise I would have been, there was a kitty cat visit. Otherwise I would have, I needed to get more involved in our next projects, because not to say like it was a horrible experience. It wasn't, but it was different from the comics. And I think like it was our first project. So we knew we would have to like kind of bow down to the powers that be. Sure. And we just were like, hey, well, let's just make it like, we don't want to be the guys that nobody wants to work with. So let's just do what we have to do to like get this going. Right. And now it's more like, let's do what we got to do to make sure, it's something we're more involved with than we were with Van Helsing. But at the same time, when you have somebody who has this experience like Neil LaBute, you kind of don't, you try not to like, you can't go in and interfere with that, or you're going to be like, people are going to not want to work with you in the future, I think.
Well, we like working with you. So if you ever
Always
need
like
anytime.
working with
if you
you.
ever need a recommendation, let us know.
Okay. I need some referrals.
Next time I talk to Tim Matheson,
Can you guys hire me on the air? I need to start. Are you guys paying?
No.
Damn it.
No, but if Zenescope would like to sponsor the show,
Okay.
I'll pay you. I'll give you your money back. Like you pay me, and then I'll pay you.
Hey, look,
So-
I'll edit your graphic.
Write-offs for everybody. Let's do it.
Why don't you just have me on as your regular Comic-Con correspondent? There you go.
There you
I love
go.
that. Yes. Would
Yes.
you please?
That'd be so dope.
I mean, I made a
Anytime.
graphic for you, so you need to
oh,
come
what's
back.
the graphic? Kate?
Yeah, the graphic, man.
Yeah, like,
That's huge.
wow,
First of
yeah.
all, look at this shirt I'm wearing. What is this?
That's a deep V polo. That is
That's
hot.
it.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Now I'm gonna button this up because I feel
You
very
think I'm
exposed.
at?
You
I
said I got a
Where should I go down?
Right?
The family show. Sorry, kids. I don't
And
want
take Ralph out of the stream.
to. Parents.
you thought I was pointing at you because I was so excited. I was actually like, look at this guy's meeting. What the hell?
Oh my god! I must have. I feel like I was bulkier then. I don't know. That was a.
Dude, you don't look like you've aged a day from that picture either. So good on you, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you
We
look
have.
very good.
But thanks.
Now I'm going to ask you to do something here on the show, Ralph. Everybody has to participate. It's
It's painful.
it's a game we call One Must Go. And it can be anything. It can be, burritos or tacos, and you have to choose.
Okay.
Like one disappears forever.
I'm sure it won't be that easy for you.
So
I don't even know what's going to come up here. So this is
okay.
exciting.
Well,
for me.
I'm gonna start, guys, with the one that we did last week because there was lots of discussion after the show with the One Must Go, whether or not we're kicking out Thor with long hair or Thor with short hair. I know this is going to be tough for you, Ralph.
Well, I mean, as
Do you need to look again?
yeah.
I need a closer
I
look.
want to see who's more dreamy. I guess One Must Go. You got to kick short hair Thor out. I mean, Thor's supposed to have long. He has to have long hair. I mean, what this?
Right.
I mean, I like the haircut. It looks good if you're like just wearing it like me or somebody, but not for him. Like that's cool.
Hey, shut up.
You're born bald, weren't you?
Yeah, damn near.
Did you have hair
Are we
when
all
we met?
born bald?
Yes.
Well, we're all born bald, I guess. But I mean,
Did you have hair when we met?
oh no, God no, I've never had hair since you've known me.
No.
You were shaving it back then, huh? Okay.
Oh God, yeah, I started shaving it when I was 17, dude.
He said this is
Oh,
gotta
wow.
go.
All right.
It looks good, but you had a good head for it. Sorry, come
I
on.
know, I'm
He
very
does,
lucky.
Yes, he's got a good head for it. It's
Thank
fine.
God.
We're gonna run a little late tonight.
Oh
It's
God.
my
Sorry.
show.
Sorry,
We
I'm
can
being
run late.
Right?
sidetracking this whole thing.
No. I knew it was going to happen, and I don't care.
That's what happens
my
when you
show.
have live guests.
That's right.
Right? I'm all
so-
about it.
One Must Go, Ralph. We're gonna go Cinderella or
Ooh.
Robin Hood. Your characters.
This is terrible.
I know, right? I hope I have permission to use these graphics.
Robin Hood's our bestseller, so I'm gonna have to say Cinderella.
Oh, wow.
Robin's she's our go-to. So it has to be. Sorry, Cindy.
How
Sorry, Cindy.
how long have you been doing the Grimm fairy tale stuff? Is that where you
I
started?
mean, that's the first thing we started.
That was the first thing.
17 years.
Wow.
It's we were at I think we're at something like 250 issues total. It's been released monthly since 2005, every month, and then we have a bunch of spin-offs. So we do our version of fairy tales, which is modernized, twisted, sort of like an Avengers meets fairy tales.
Yeah.
It's
I
evolved
think
into that.
that's a great way to describe it. It is.
Yeah, I mean, early issues were not like that. Early issues were more like Twilight Zone episodes.
Where do I buy these books at so I can add them to my book collection?
Oh my! Come to Comic-Con or go to Zenescope.com.
Yeah. Zenescope.com, Jonna.
Okay, you're
just as bad as KJ pointing to
you're
the
gonna be getting some money.
I know. Dude, I'm the worst. I'm always like, look at Captain. Oh, I did point at Captain America. No, I didn't. There he is.
He's over here too.
There it is. All right. Go. All right. So if you are going to San Diego Comic Con, and I've seen so many people on my newsfeed like, I'm going to San Diego Comic Con. I hate you. Anyway, go see Ralph.
I think you come down. I have passes for you.
Oh, sweet. All right. We're on our way. And
I'm
if
This is for you guys, not for the whole boss.
People from Indianapolis showing up to the Zenescope booth, like, "Hey, I have my passes in that extra hotel room."
That's you know what? No. At this point, we're gonna get a bus.
I'm just putting in the hotel room with my poor employee. They're like,
actually, we've hung out with several of your employees, and we know a few of them. So yeah,
several of your poor employees.
Dave, you know Dave. If you might not remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we know Dave.
Oh, tell him we said hi. I'm gonna send you the link for next week's show. So if there's craziness going on Wednesday and you want to be like Ralph on the street, you'll be able to just log in.
Ralph on the
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be crazy. I can live report from Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it would be 4 p.m. your time, so that would work out.
I'll just be at the convention. It won't be after hours. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
After hours might get us in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Yes, I know it will.
Zenescope.com is where you want to go to check out. It truly is. They're wonderful stories and so fantastically done. I love the artwork. It's phenomenal, and I love that I get to say that I know you, Ralph. So
oh, you really?
Yeah.
I know you. So look at us.
But what's really important is that we all get to know Patches. So
you're welcome, everybody.
That's true.
All right, you're welcome to stay in the green room backstage, Ralph. We're going to do all of our pet stuff now. This show is it's positive vibes, pop culture.
Pet stuff. I would have brought all my Frenchie, but next time.
Oh yes.
All right. Next time you bring your Frenchie with you.
If I'm allowed back, that is.
You're allowed back. You're officially a part of the family. If for nothing else, because I worked really hard on this graphic, so you need to come back.
Please stop showing that thing.
Hey,
you know what?
The deep V, baby. The deep V.
The deep V is really not doing well.
At least you got a shirt on underneath of it, though.
I asked you to email me with pictures, with information. I set you up for success, Ralph. And when you didn't send me anything, I was like, all right, here goes.
That's the best picture you do. That's better than anything I can say.